you have literally petabytes of data. I mean, million gigs over and over and over of attributes about your product coming from all sources. How do you analyze that?
We have to pay attention.
Well, I'm here with Carv Moore, the CEO of Compellon. Carv, thank you so much for joining us at the AI Summit in San Francisco and our AI interview series.
Oh, I'm delighted to be here. I'm looking forward to this.
Very good, very good. So one of the things in looking up Compellon, one of the things I ran across was this concept of the clear box.
Right.
All right, so tell me what, I mean, I know about black boxes,
right?
But what's a clear box?
So you know about black boxes where you have a model, you have your algorithms, you stick some data in, and then something comes out and you have no visibility to what the relationships were as the data was analyzed. A clear box, which is our unique capability and now Cognizant's unique capability, is that you ingest the data into the engine analyzes it, it determines the relationships, it builds models and refines those models and then creates actions. And you can see every step of that in terms of the mathematical trees and mapping. So you can literally look at the modeling, the assumptions, the predictions, and the actions, and tangibly see what the engine did with that data.
Wow. So when we're talking about seeing it, that's a computer scientist going in and seeing it, or that's someone without any skill set being able to see it?
Without any skill set.
Wow.
So it doesn't take a computer scientist to run this.
So if I can, and you're able to share, like, what's a good, and you can obscure the company, but what's a good use case where this has been used that gets you excited to share with people?
Oh, I think first of all, customer sat, customer retention. Why do you have your customers? Why do your customers leave? How are you doing? That was kind of one of our initial forays.
Okay.
That's very interesting because I think we all, as consumers, want to experience good customer sat.
Yes.
So we enjoyed helping companies that. Some of the more interesting use cases are in the food industry, in category and brand management.
Okay.
If you're a category manager for a food industry, you have literally petabytes of data. I mean, million gigs over and over and over of attributes about your product coming from all sources. How do you analyze that? How do you know what's the right data, what's the wrong data? And we had an interesting deployment where we went in and literally took a 3-month analytics process down to 2 weeks with our causation engine and our clear box technology and the ability of just ingesting the data, framing the problem, and letting the machine continually create models and recommendations. So that's been data is not a limiting factor. There's much data. There's no limit on the data that we can ingest into the engine for this. So we have a large, I think, landscape that we can go after with Cognizant now.
Well, this is an exciting partnership.
It is.
Congratulations on it being announced. I'm sure you had a vast array of potential partners. I mean, what drew you to Cognizant?
I think their brand, their relationships, over the years with people at Cognizant. We've talked to a lot of people, and they immediately saw the strategic advantage, which we were all impressed by. And we've got some pretty lofty brains in our company, including the individual who wrote the code.
Right.
And that was the impressive, after just a couple of calls, is they really get what we're doing, they get why we're doing it, and they have the perspective of positioning against other technologies that they know and saw why we believe we're unique.
Wow.
So we were hooked.